how we're playing. So the nice thing about having a small class is that you each get a little bit more time, and I can really listen to you, and you can ask me questions and things. So let's take advantage of the fact that our class is a little bit small today. All right, so let me hear you. You're just going to do F, and remember we're going really slow, and then G7. And I had a little buzz there, so I'm going to do that one again. And that's what I want you to listen for. Do you hear I had a little buzz there? So you want every time you have a buzz, you stop and listen, and then the C. All right, and this is a really important part of your practice. I want you to always do this when you're practicing. Always go through each of the chords that we know, and soon we're going to know a whole bunch more chords, okay? And I want you to listen. Okay, so Terry, let's have you start. Nice hand. Let's see what it looks like.
I know, right? Sorry.
It's okay.
I could try my armpit maybe, or elbow.
We'll take the hand.
There you go.
Okay, now Terry, one thing I'd really like you to do is to at least get used to playing this way, so you can when you want to, where you're holding it like this.
Yeah.
And you're playing, and it's touching, the back of your hand is touching that first tuner.
I know you want me to do that, but when I go to do an F, my knuckle always buckles back on me when it's that high. I can't do it, Liz. Can't do it.
Okay, just do it for everything else, okay?
All right, you want me to do it again?
Yeah, no, it's okay. But now the reason for doing this, there's a few reasons. But the biggest one is that it puts you at the right angle. So even when we start playing up the ukulele, you're going to still want to be playing at this angle. And so what this does is it forces you to play at an angle that you're going to be using for everything that we do.
Yeah. And yeah, I find like I pivot the G7 up, then it's okay. But yeah.
And if you don't do this, then what happens is you move your hand a lot, and that can slow you down. It also can cause ukulele slippage, where your uke kind of goes down and you have to get it. I know, it's a funny term. It's my term, okay? So you really want to do that because it gives you a great grip. People that have been in my classes that have played for like 20 years have said to me, this is the one thing I really learned that I didn't realize. Like, it's a great grip for all these first position chords, okay?
All right.
Okay, all right, so just try it, okay? And it was really hard for me to do the F that way. I had to really work at it, because what you have to do is you have to really get that finger in there.
Yeah, do you tend to play the F in that second string close to the nut, or as close to the fret as you can when you're that high?
I have it kind of right in the middle, but that's because I've been playing for so long, you know. Okay. But close to the fret is better. You don't want to be close to the nut, because that's going to cause you it's going to cause
finger hurt.
Yeah, exactly. And it might make it buzz. So I pretty much would say, yeah, go, and actually no, go over towards the fret. And yeah, and did I send you guys, there's a really nice video of finger stretches that you can do. Did I post that for you?
That one?
Yeah, and that really will help if you do it before you play, if you have time, okay? Because most of what makes this hard is our stretching out. Okay, great. All right, Sabrina, let's have you do it. So F, G7, and C. Wait, I can't hear you. I know you're not muted, but I can't hear. Is your microphone turned on? Here, work on that for a minute. See if you can figure that out, okay? All right. Alana, let's have you play. Great. Very good. Okay. Christina. Christina, right? Or is it Kristen? I'm sorry, Kristen.
Okay, hi.
Just
Okay,
exactly.
so am I going slow? I'm sorry I came in late. I just want to
Okay.
make sure I'm doing right.
Yeah, we're doing the slow, each of the chords to listen.
Okay, so F, G, C, is that what we are?
FG7, C.
F, G, 7, excuse me.
Okay, now I heard some buzzing in there. Did you hear the buzzing?
I did.
So whenever it buzzes, stop and do it again until the buzz is gone. So just start all over again. And I want you to go much slower. I want it to be like,
Oh, okay.
slow, okay?
Okay, let me start over then.
Okay.
Oh, I heard that. Was there a buzz? Did you hear that?
No.
Okay.
Okay, great. Now I want you to work on this, Kristen. Okay, make sure that you're not good doing that, because on the F, I'm hearing a little bit of this string here being dead, and that's
Okay.
because this
I'm
finger is
touching it.
going down a little bit, okay?
Okay.
All right, great. Sabrina, let's see if we can hear you now.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, yay, yay, yay. Good job.
I was hoping over. Okay.
Perfect, beautiful, beautiful. And you heard how slowly she went. That's how slowly I want you to go. It should be like a harp. I want you to, as you do this, be thinking, oh, that's really a beautiful sound, all right? Make sure it's not like a pull or anything, okay? Just beautiful. All right, now let's do the hammer. So we're gonna do the hammer on the F 10 times and then the G7. Make sure your hand position's right. Sabrina, can you change the angle of your screen just a little bit so I can see your uke a little bit better? Great, great. Okay, now remember this is our hand position. Remember it should be at an angle. It should be at an angle. You should have the back of your hand touching that tuning. There you go. And it forces that elbow out, which is what we want. Now, Kristen, you've got your ukulele like this. You really want it more, yeah. Here, actually do this, Kristen. Do this. Grab it like that and bring it out. Make sure it's really straight. Okay, now bring it straight back in. And you see, what I want is I want you to have your fingers over here. I don't want it like that where your hand is up here. And Terry, that same thing for you. You want to have your fingers here so that you have a really good grip. You want it to be right in there, okay? There you go. All right, and then this hand so that it's just across your body. Okay, you can play for hours in this position. Okay, here we go. F, we're starting with F 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. F, 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 F. Look at your fingers. F, 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 F. Okay, how are you doing on that? Are you remembering? Now, this is something that I want you to do every single day, just for a minute, but do it every day because you got to, and look at your hand when you do it. You got to make sure that you're really doing this. If you're doing this, you're not doing yourself a favor. This is where the power comes from, okay? You want to be hitting it. It's called a hammer because it should be like a hammer. You're hitting it, okay? Just like doing this with your fingers, okay? All right, so now let's do the G7. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. G7, 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 G7. Now I'm going to show you a trick with G7. When you play G7, look at me for a second, okay? And look at my ukulele. Now I want you to see these two fingers. That's what I want you to notice. Now, a lot of you, when you play G7, it looks like this, where this finger's out. If you bring this finger back, it is a much better sound and it's easier to hammer. If you bring that bottom finger back towards the top of your uke. So everybody do that. Just finger a G7. And then what I want you to do is just slide this finger back a little bit. Now try hammering and see if that's a little bit easier. It should be easier to play and it'll also be more in tune. So Sabrina, I want you to move this finger back. There, exactly like that. Now try hammering. Yes, that's much better, okay? All right, so you wanna try to remember that gives you a lot more of that hammer feel, okay? So I'm not gonna listen to you guys hammer unless you want me to. Does anybody want me to listen to that? But I really want you to keep working on that, okay? Every single day, just until it's gonna make such a difference in your playing, all right? Okay, so now we're gonna do one strum, F to G7. Here we go, ready? F to G7, 1, 2, 3, 4. F, G7, 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 F, G7. And my fingernails are really long and I've been doing all this stuff for my mom and I haven't been able to cut my nails. So I'm feeling horrible about how I'm playing today. So I apologize for my tone quality. But now let's do G7 to C. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. G7, C. G7, C. G7, C. G7, C. And then now let's do the last one, the F, G7, C. 1, 2, 3, 4. F, G7, C. F, G7, C. F, G7, C. Now the goal on these is to start slow. You've got to make sure that you don't have any pauses. Like if I wanted to do this really fast, that's fine as long as I can do that. But if I do like this, then that's not good because that has the pause, right? So the goal is to gradually get faster, but you have to make sure that your speed doesn't have any pauses in it. All right, so we're gonna do the F to G7 and we're just gonna slowly get faster. All right, so here we go, F to G7. 1, 2, 3, 4. F, G7, 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 F, G7. Okay, now, how did you do? Could you keep up with that? Okay, so that's how you practice it. You start it slow, and then if you go too fast and you need to pause, then that means, okay, don't go that fast. Stop and go the slower speed. But that's how you're gonna build up your fast chord changes, all right? So let's do the same thing with the G7 to the C. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. G7, C. G7, C. G7, C. G7, C. G7, G7C, and be sure you're saying it, G7C, 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 G7C. Okay, great. How'd you do? Now, the thing with the G7 to C is that one way is super easy, right? Going G7 to C, super easy. What's hard is going C back to G7. So you can't go fast on the G7 to C if you can't go fast on the way back. Does that make sense? So you want to make sure that you just go gradually faster and faster. And then when you can't do it without pause, that means you just stop, go back a little bit, and stay there for a while. Okay, does it make sense? All right. Okay, it's kind of like you guys are nurses, like getting allergy shots. Do you know what I'm talking about? How if you get allergy shots, they start out with a real low dose and they keep making it bigger and bigger until you have an allergic reaction, right? And then they back a little bit. Does everybody know what I'm talking about? Just like that. You're gonna get a little bit faster, a little bit faster, a little faster. Then the minute that you can't play it that speed, then you're gonna back up. All right, so let's do F, G7, and C that way. Here we go. 1. You okay, Kristen? Okay, here we go. 1.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. And Kristen, can you tilt your screen? Oh no, you're okay. You're okay. Here we go. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. F, G7, C. 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 Okay, now there should have been one more in here that's just F to C. So I'm going to add that one for next week, okay? Okay, so this one is just F to C back and forth. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. F, C. F, C. F, C. F, C. F, C. F, C, 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 F, C. Okay? My uke was ringing quite a lot on that one. Okay, so now, so I want you to make sure you keep practicing that every single day. Okay, that is how you're going to always do with chords, and it's fantastic. If you waste time doing it with, it's going to take forever to learn your chords. This way you learn it a lot faster. And the other goal is to do it without looking at it. So at first you're going to be looking at it, but then I want you to try looking away. Okay, so let's see, I'm going to put that in here too. Okay. All right, now let's go to chord exercise number 1. Oh, actually, let me have you play for me first. Let's have you just do the F, G7, C, okay? And I want you to start slow and get faster. So Terry, let's have you start with that one, okay? And everyone else could be practicing while she's playing if you want.
Okay, playing higher up. Here we go.
Hey, Terry, I want you to try something. I know you've been playing a while, so if you don't want to switch your position, you don't have to, but I want to just try something. So go ahead and grab it here
Yeah.
and go out. Make sure that the middle of your uke is the middle of your arm, okay? Now, when you bring it back, I want you to try having your arm over your strings, because what you're doing is you're holding it like this and then up here, and it's not as controlled a hold. If you can do
Okay.
it more like this, where it's straight across, then you have a better control on your hold. And it's actually more comfortable because it's going more across your body. So just, I want you to
Like this?
yeah, exactly like that. Because what you're doing is you've got your arm here, and this doesn't hold the bottom of your uke very well. You want to be holding it either here or even a little bit below, not that far below. But if you can have your arm going straight across, then you've got a really good hold on your uke. You understand what I mean?
Okay. I
Okay.
think so. But then I thought that's already how I had it. So clearly
Put
I'm
your
missing
screen
something.
down a little bit so I can see a little better. Not quite that far.
Is that better?
Yeah, that's
Is that
good.
okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, now wait a minute. You're going F, G7, C, pause. F, G, take out the
Ah,
pause. Yeah.
okay.
Okay, good. Now, the other thing I want you to do is when you do your strum, instead of hearing all the strings, I want you to do it as so it sounds as if you're playing all the notes at the same time.
Okay.
Your strum. Yeah, like that. Okay. Yeah, we're going to do some strums where we do this, but this one is just all of them. Okay. And I would like you to write yourself a note to work on this week and see if you can get comfortable holding it that way. I promise you, it's going to stay better in your hand if you can do that.
Yeah, there's less twerk
Uh-huh.
here too, less torque on that.
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay, great.
All right.
All right.
Sounds good.
Alana?
All right, my nails are long too, like yours, Liz. So I'm hearing some ringing too here.
It's amazing how like just a couple days and they're,
I know, and they're so long and you gotta cut them again.
yeah.
See, there's the ring.
Okay, now, Alana,
Mhm.
you're playing G7. This is what you're doing. Look at me for a minute. Let's see. You're doing this, and then your finger here is doing that.
Yeah.
Every time. So you've got to really work on that being this way. And the hammer is going to help you a lot with that. Okay. You want to really work on that. Okay.
Perfect. Because I always thought it was the G7. I was like, that's the one I keep hearing it like be flat or something.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect.
Now, the other thing is too, when you strum, don't hold your hand like this. Don't do this with your fingers. I want just your finger. Okay. So do that for me now. Just a strum with the G7.
With the G7.
Good. Yeah. Now, exactly. That's perfect. Okay, great. All right, Kristen.
Okay.
Awesome.
What?
That's really, really good. Now, is there an arm underneath your elbow or anything on your chair?
No.
Okay, great. Because you don't want to, and then Terry, that's another thing. You don't want to rest your elbow if you can, help it. All right, good. Very good.
Thank
Okay,
you.
Sabrina, yeah. Okay, Sabrina. Now you're going F, G7, C, pause. F, G7. So no pause, just F, G7, C, F, G7, C.
Okay. Like that?
So yeah, kind of, you want to be thinking of it as 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. So just
Okay.
start a little bit slower, but just don't hold any of them longer than the others.
Okay.
Exactly. Good. Okay, now I want to talk to you too about, you're doing the same thing as Terry where you're holding it down this way. So I want you to grab this, grab that,
Okay.
take it out. Look at your arm, make sure that the middle of your ukulele is with your arm. Bring it back in. And it should be, you want it to be here over your strings. You do not want to be above your strings with your arm. Okay? You want to be down here. All right? And remember, we want to be strumming here. So doing this, holding it really tight in here, should put your finger right about there. Okay? Yeah. So just play that for me one time now.
Okay.
Let's see, can you turn your screen down just a little bit more? I want to just check something. Okay, perfect. Okay, now do it again. Okay, great. Now, and when you're playing, you're tucked in right here, right, with your uke?
Yeah, it's
In here?
something there.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, very good, everyone. Let's go to exercise number 1. You're all doing really, really well. So page 4. Oh, you don't have pages. Exercise number 1. Okay.
Hey, Liz, can you share it? Sorry, I don't have a printout.
Okay, just a minute. Does everybody else have a printout?
I'll work on getting that for next time. Sorry, that's a
I have
hassle.
it on my computer.
Okay. But does everybody else have it printed out? I want to make sure you print these out so that you can write on them when you need to. Okay?
Okay.
So we're doing this down, 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 hit, right? Okay, here we go. Everybody ready? Wait, what's going on, Kristen?
I'm dealing with staffing issues at work, so I'm
okay.
still here.
I
Just
thought you
trying.
were trying. No, it's okay. I thought you were trying to find the music or something outside.
No, I have that. I'm just dealing with staffing. I apologize.
It's totally okay. I just want to make sure-
Multitasking.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. C, C, C. Oh wait, who's not muted? Carrie, can you mute?
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. C, C, C. Hit. C, C, C. Hit. Is this too fast or is this okay? C, C, C. Hit. G7, G7, G7. Hit. G7, G7, G7. Hit. G7, G7, G7. Hit. G7, G7, G7. Hit. F, F, F. Hit. F, F, F. Hit. F, F, F. Hit. F, F, F. Hit. G7, G7, G7. Hit. G7, G7, G7. Hit. G7, G7, G7. Hit. Say it. G7, G7, G7. Hit. C, C, C. Hit. C, C, C. Hit. C, C, C. F, 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 hit, F, 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 hit, F, 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 hit, G7, 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 hit, G7, 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 hit, G7, 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 hit, G7, 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 hit, F, 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 hit, F, 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 hit, F, 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 hit, F, 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 hit, C, 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 hit, C, 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 hit, G7, 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 hit, G7, 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 hit, C, 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 hit, C, 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 hit, F, 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 hit, F, 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 hit, C, 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 hit, C, 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 hit, F, 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 hit, F, 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 hit, G7, 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 hit, G7, 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 hit, C, 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 hit, C, 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 hit, C, 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 hit, C, 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 hit, F, 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 hit, F, 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 hit, C, 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 hit, C, 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 hit, G7, 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 hit, G7, 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 hit, C, 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 hit, G7, 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 hit, F, 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 hit, C, 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 hit, C, 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 hit, F, 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 hit, G7, 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 hit, C, 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 and then we repeat, C, 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 hit, G7, 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 hit, F, 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 hit, C, 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 hit, C, 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 hit, F, 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 hit, G7, 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 hit, C, 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 hit. Okay, awesome. Now, how do you know how fast you should play this? When you start practicing, how do you determine the speed that you should go?
If I could do it without messing up.
Okay, good. And what's the hardest part of this whole thing, exercise 1? What's the hardest?
The end of it?
The end, the last line. So what you want to do is you want to think about this last line and then not play the rest of it any faster than you can play the last line. Okay? All right. And you want to do that in any song. You find the hardest part, try that, and then that's the speed that you go for the rest of it. Okay, so let's have you play for me, and I want you just to play the last, let's have you just play the last 2 lines for me. So starting on that C. So Kristen, let's have you play for us in case you get another emergency and I have to stop for a minute.
Thank you. All right. C, 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 F, 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 C, 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 G7, 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 C, 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 G7, 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 F, repeat.
That's okay. Now, one thing that happened to you is something that happens to most people when they play this is you started speeding up through this part. And then when you got to here, you were going a little bit too fast, right?
Okay.
So the point of this exercise, besides the finger practice, is to get your calluses built and
Yeah.
get your endurance. And this part, when it's a little bit boring and it just kind of goes on, the trick is to not speed up.
Okay.
All right, because you don't want to be going too fast when you get to the hard part, and that's really hard in this, is to not
Yeah,
speed
yeah.
up. Yeah.
All right.
Okay,
Okay.
great. All right, Sabrina, let's have you go next. Same thing, just the last 2 lines. Fantastic, and you are doing such a good job with your hand position. Good job, Sabrina. Okay. All right, Terry, let's have you go next. Same thing, last 2 lines.
And yeah, I speed up, so I will work to not speed up.
Okay, stop for a minute, Terry. Now, you're back to holding your ukulele like this. Can you see yourself in the, are you playing?
No, not with the shared screen. Okay.
Yeah.
Is that
And so
better?
that's perfect. If you can practice with looking at yourself in the screen, you'll see when you do it like this, you've got it all the way across your body, and it's just, it's so comfortable and secure.
Okay.
Okay. And don't rest your elbow on the chair now.
Yeah, it's not. Okay.
Okay, good. All right. Okay, stop again. I don't know if you can tell, but it sounds better. You're strumming up here, and it sounds a lot better. So this
Good.
will help your sound too. Okay,
Okay.
keep going now.
Okay. Speeding up.
Okay, good. Yeah, so I think if you can work on that this week, you're going to notice a big difference in your playing. I really think
Okay.
it'll feel better, and you'll like it better. So, all right,
Okay,
very nice.
thanks.
Yes, and it's a really weird human compulsion. When something's hard, we speed up. When something's a little boring, we speed up. But also when something's hard in music, which is totally counterproductive, right? So it's kind of a weird thing. All right, Alana.
C, hit. C, hit. F,
Okay, Alana, I want you to strum further up here. Okay, you're strumming kind of down here. See if you can strum up here. You'll get a lot better sound.
Yeah, I got short arms, so I gotta try to reach up here.
Yeah, me too. So, but if you have it really tucked in there, then it'll work.
Perfect. Do you want me to start over just at the F?
Yeah, start over.
Okay. C, hit. C, hit. hit. G7, 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 hit. G7, 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 hit. C, 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 hit. G7, 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 hit. F, 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 hit. C, 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 hit. C, 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 hit. F, 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 hit. G7, 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 hit. C, 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 hit.
Okay, very nice. Now I want everybody to look at me and listen for a minute. I'm going to strum two different ways, and I want you to tell me which way is the right one. Okay? So here's example number 1. Okay, that's number 1. Now I'm going to do number 2. So listen to this one and tell me between these two which one's the right one. Which one is correct? Example 1 or example 2? Krista, which one do you say? You think 2? Okay, now the number 2 one is something that we're going to do later if you stay with me long enough. That's like a flamenco. But it's not our normal strum. Our normal strum should sound as if all of the strings are playing at the same time, even though we know they're not. And that's why it's got to be, you go across the strings very fast. So even though you know from just having a brain that they're all being played separate, it sounds as if they're being hit at the same time, right? You understand what I'm saying here? That's what we want. We want it to sound as if all the strings are being hit at the same time. Now later, you will learn some strums where you do this. But the strum that you're going to use more than any other strum is where you want all of them going at the same time, all right? So I want everybody to write a little note to yourself about that, however you want to write that, so that it sounds like all of your strings are hitting at the same time, not separately, okay? And I'll put a little note in here too. Okay, now let's go to the song, You Are My Sunshine. Now, Terry, do you need me to put that one up too, or do you have that? Okay, all right, let me find that. Okay, can everybody see that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks. Sorry about that. Just on the iPad, I can't share my screen very well.
Yeah, next week, try to just get these printed, okay? All right, now, did you guys have fun practicing this song? This is such a fun song on the ukulele. So let's do this together now. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. You are my sun. Okay, did my internet go freaky there? Did it mess it up? Okay, how'd you guys do with that though? Were you doing okay anyway? Let's have you each play this for me and let's see how we do. Okay, Alana, let's start with you.
Okay. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away.
Awesome. I've never heard it sung with sort of a country flair. That was very cool. Now, one thing I want you to do is I want you to do the last line again for me, and as if you're doing a repeat going into it, okay? Because I want to make sure that you can do that. So just start saying, please don't take, and then, okay?
All right, perfect. So,
Please don't. Please don't.
please don't take my sunshine away. You are my
Good,
sunshine.
good, good, good. Way to go. All right, Terry.
Well, my goodness. How's anyone going to follow that?
I know.
That was awesome. That's beautiful. Okay. I'm not taking singing lessons, so
Give us
it is what
Give
it is.
us a
All right.
version.
How's my hold? Better?
Yes, yes, much better.
There you go. Okay. All right. Do you want the intro too?
Yes, whole thing.
Okay. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. You are my sunshine.
Great. Remember to do that hit. Remember that's a hit, but you did do the pause.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And there were a couple of times where it sounded like you speeded up, but I think it was just the internet. Or did
No,
you?
it was me, but I caught myself and started slowing down again.
Okay,
so.
great. Yeah, it's
You're
kind
not
of a
wrong.
weird one because you just do the down the whole time. But okay, very
Well, I actually practice it a lot faster, so I think
Oh.
that's probably
okay.
it too. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's all good.
Okay, great. Kristen.
All right, I think I practice it too fast too, but
You
we'll
can
see.
totally play it faster if you want to. That's no problem.
Oh, okay. All right. 2, 3, 4, 5. You are
Now,
my.
Kristen, stop for a minute. You want to start singing right when you hit. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You are my. Okay.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take, oh shoot, please don't take my sunshine away.
Okay, really good, except you want to wait till you get to sun before you play. But that's okay. You're doing fantastic. Let's see, what else did I want to ask you about? No, I mean, it was really, really good. Just do that last line for me again, going into the next verse.
Oh, all right. Please don't take my sunshine away. You are my sun.
There you go. Perfect. And I want you to still keep this hand position when you're playing this song, okay?
Yeah.
All right, great. Okay, Sabrina.
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never You are my
Okay. Now, really good. And I can't tell if it was the internet, but I think when you did gray, you did a few too many strums.
I think I did too. I think
Okay.
yeah.
So just watch that. Now, okay, that was very good though. So this is my question for everyone. Do you want to go a few more minutes and I'll teach you another song, or do you want to just get off now and practice this what we have so far for this week? So I have 2 go longers. Can everybody go longer?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to put up another song. This is one that's really good in refugee camps. Let's see. Shoe fly, because refugee camps are full of flies, okay? Now, this one, the hardest part about it is the strum pattern, okay? So instead of doing the down, down, down hit or down, 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 we're gonna do a strum pattern that's down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down. And I'm gonna, let's see if I have it right here. No, I don't. Okay. All right. So, okay. So, oops, sorry. Let's see. There we go. Now everybody can see that, right? Okay. So can everybody play this strum pattern with me? It's down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up. And it looks like this. If you want to write this down. And this is strum pattern number 2. Okay, so the rhythm is down, down, up, down, down, up. Okay, everybody got that?
What does it mean? What does it mean when they're colored in versus not colored in?
Okay, okay, so this means that this gets 2 beats,
Ah.
and this only gets 1 beat, and this gets 1 beat.
Okay.
So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. La, la, la.
Okay.
If you guys were my refugees, I'd have taken you through a whole thing about learning the notes and stuff first. But if you need to, we can totally do that with this. But it means that the first one is twice as long as the other two. So the rhythm is like this: la, la, la. So everybody, let's do that together, okay? So you're going to do 2 claps for the first one and 1 clap for each of the ones following. You ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. La, la, la. La, say it with me. La, 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 la. Now we're going to say down, down, up instead of la. You ready? You're going to do this again. You ready? Ready? Everybody ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, down, up. Down, down, up. Down, down, up. Down, down, up. So do you see how this one lasts twice as long? Okay, so now let's try playing that. So now we're going to go down, down, up, 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 down. Say it. Down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up. Okay, so is it kind of making sense? Your first one is twice as long as the other two. So Terry, let's have you play just that strum pattern for me first. Great. Alana, let's have you play that for me. Down, say it. Down,
Down, up, down, down, up, down.
great. Kristen?
Down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down.
Yeah, very good.
Oh, I have
Very
to take.
good. Sabrina, what'd you say, Kristen? You have to what? Oh, okay. Kristen, Sabrina? Okay, now Sabrina, you're doing the down up a little bit too fast. So
Okay.
let's a little bit slower. Let's do it together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down. And you can nod your head with the beat so you know that you're doing the That's perfect. Okay. All right. So now this song, if we look at the introduction, we're going to play the C 4 times with that strum pattern. So we're going to go down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up. Okay. And then we go right into the song. So now we're going to go down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, and then we switch down, down, up. Okay, does it make sense? Let's try this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up. Shoe, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, G7, down, up, G7, down, up, G7, down, up, G7, down now to C, C, down, up, C, down, up, C, down, up, C, down, up, G7, down, up, G7, down, up, G7, down, up, G7, down, up. Now C, down, up, 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 C, down, G7, down, up, 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 C, down, up, C, down, up, C, down, up. Okay, now did that make sense to everybody how we did that? Sabrina, you look like maybe it didn't. Did it make sense? I can't hear you. Can you unmute?
Yeah, no, it made sense.
Okay, great. All right, so let's do it again. And this time I'm going to sing. You can sing if you want, but you don't have to if you want to just focus on the chords. Okay, so we always start with the intro. So we're going to do this first. Okay, so here we go. Oh, good. You're back just in time, Kristen. Okay, so here we go. We're starting right there. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. C, down, up, C, down, up, C, down, up, C, down, up, shoe fly, don't bother me, G7, shoe fly, don't bother see me, shoe fly, C, down, up, C, down, up, G7, down, up, G7, down, up, G7. Okay, let's stop for a minute. Now, this song, the strum pattern's written out underneath because it's the first time that you have that. So if you get a little confused, you can see you're going to do your C, down, up, C, down, up, C, down, up, G7, down, up, G7, right? Does this make sense? Okay, let's try this again now from the beginning. 1, 2, 3, 4. C, down, up, C, down, up, C, down, up, C, down, up, shoe, fly, don't, C, down, up, G7, down, up, G7, down, up, G7, down, up, G7, down, up, C, down, up, C, down, up, C, bother G7 me, for I belong to somebody. I feel, down. I feel like a morning star, G7. I feel like a morning star. And then the beginning, shoe fly. Okay, so does that make sense? Kinda? Okay, let's do it one more time, okay? And then we'll quit, and then you can watch the video and play with the video if you need to, okay? So this time I'm gonna sing the whole time, okay? So you kind of can see where you are, and I won't show you where we are. But the great thing is, well, it's just hard. This is a big step up, okay? So don't feel bad that it's a little frustrating, okay? And remember, this beginning stuff is the hardest. It's gonna get easy, but we're not there yet. All right, so here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. C, 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 C. Shoe fly, don't bother me. Shoe fly, don't bother me. Shoe fly, don't bother me. goes back to the beginning. Shoe fly. Okay. Now, I want you to get out exercise number 1 for a second. I want to show you something. Okay, look at exercise number 1. Okay, now do you notice how on exercise number 1, you have C and then line, 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 G, right? And each of these, the C and the, what's that called? Slash. Each of the slashes is a strum pattern. So C, you go down, 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 hit, down, 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 hit, down, right? Now look at the shoe fly. It's the same thing, but we've got a different strum pattern. So now instead of our strum pattern being down, 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 hit, our strum pattern is down, down, up. So that means each of these is a down, down, up. So we've got a down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up. All right, is that making more sense? Okay, does anybody have any questions about it? Okay, practice this next week. I want you to keep You Are My Sunshine, get it a little faster, and but even without speeding up or slowing down. And I'll post the homework in just a few minutes, okay? You guys are awesome. This was a really good class. We covered a lot. And be sure and let me know if I go too slow or too fast, okay? All right. Have a wonderful week, everyone.
Thank you. Sorry for the distractions.
No worries. I understand. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Liz.
You're welcome. See ya.